One person, let's see, who was this? Eagle Shops and Storage is at 75, but everybody else was like 95, 90, 100. This is why competitive analysis is so important. And we're just calling, talking to the owners and seeing what they're charging. You know, obviously there's a lot of competition in the area. You can see within like, and I think this is within a 10-mile radius. Like I told Nick, I was like, find every storage facility within a 10-mile radius. I want to know every facility and what they're charging, right? Just so I could, because I know we were going to be buying this one. And I was like, I just want to know this market really well, you know, so that's why doing the competitive analysis is so important. And so you can see now that we're, you know, like, you know, for a 10 by 10, I mean, the national average for a 10 by 10 is 88 cents a square foot, you know. So, you know, we're really not too bad off. But if some of the customers do complain, then I told Pete, I was like, just go down to like $85, you know, 80, say, look, the national average is $88 for a 10 by 10 right now. We'll do 85 if you stay. So we're doing a lot of negotiations and stuff too, because it really does like piss a lot of people off. That the 10 by 30s, look, $199 for a 10 by 30. Right. And you know, so we had to come up like, and so they were being charged like, I don't know, $75 or something like this, like ridiculous prices, you know. So of course we're like pissing everybody off, you know. So anyways, that's why we're looking at all the competition, we're looking at the unit mix, and then you can see in the valuation, let's see, we did not put any other like income in or anything like that. Let's see, let me go back to this way. So yeah, so we came up with like a purchase price of 99,000, but then we're taking it from $1 million to like $2.8 million, right? So we'll like by the time we sell this property, it should be valued at around like $3 million. And you know, that's really just buying it, ripping the band-aid, stabilizing it, and then within 18 months, sell it. All right. And then all of our investors get to share in this profit right here. That's a 19% cap rate. So we're taking it from a 7% to a 19%. And then we'll be able to sell it at like, you know, what does the market look like in 18 months? Is it going to be a 7 cap? This area is really could be anywhere from like a 6 to 7 to an 8 cap, you know, but most likely it'll probably be like between a 6 and a 7. I also have a facility in this area, and I got offered in the highest peak, I got offered a 4 cap, and I didn't sell it. I don't know why, but I didn't. Because I'm like you, like Eric, I don't want to let go of my facilities. I'm like, no, I don't want to let go. So so we didn't sell it. But so anyway, so that's overall, that is the that's Blairsville. I mean, it's a great property. And it's that $1 million to $3 million. So it's perfect for the fund. And I, like I said, I progressed from my very first facility was $250,000. Over 5 years, I progressed up to like $1 million facilities. And you know, and the goal for us is to if it's an income producing property, double the value, if not triple the value of the property within like, you know, a year to 18 months. And that's kind of where we're at. And you can do that with a $300,000 property, or you can do that with a $1 million property. All right. Okay, good. Any final questions or thoughts on Blairsville, our last session of our last case study for my properties? Let's do questions. From your experience, is there a rule of thumb on the cost of fencing? Yes, you know what? Can't remember anymore, but we got a quote. I think, was it $25 a linear feet? I can't remember, honestly. We had one for property that we were looking at fencing. It was like 2 acres. It was 2 acres and it was $25,000. So whatever that equals, that's the cost that it was costing. And I can't remember what it was. Okay, so you could divide that, find out what 2 acres and divide it by $25,000. Okay. Okay, good. And then Yvonne asked, do you recommend climate control? Yeah, there's no problem with climate control, you know, at all. Just make sure, I mean, climate control in like a primary market is going to be way too expensive for most people to afford. but climate controlled in a secondary or a tertiary market, just make sure it's in a budget where, people can afford that. People can afford it. People can afford, $100 a month, 150, maybe 200. 200 is kind of pushing it, I think, over the next couple of years. So I would say climate control in the tertiary market is going to do great. Climate control in a primary market over the next couple of years is going to be suffering. In fact, I feel like primary market storage is really going to suffer over the next couple of years because they're so oversaturated. And there's still so much storage being built right now. There's a lot of storage being built, because I just talked to one of my students, and he was in, like, over the course of the last year, he was in like a super hot area, not a lot of storage, and now all of a sudden there's like 3 storage facilities being built within like 2 miles from him. All right, so just keep that, and find out, and go to Radius Plus and find out if there's storage being built in that area, because Radius Plus shows that. All right. And then you can, like, just be aware, if you're going to be buying something, what your competition looks like. Just like I said, what does your competition look like?